All right, cool. All right, so whenever you are ready, Fred, I will give you the countdown.
Motherfucking.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Where'd the liquor go?
Right here. There you go. Do you need some ginger ale?
I don't need it, but I'll take it.
I don't think there's any more in there.
What you asking for?
My bad. I ain't gonna do no more drinking. I guess too early. Ain't that the bottle you brought?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got your own personal bottle over here?
No, because I just wanted to wet my cup.
Pause.
Wet the
Okay,
cup
it's
up.
cool.
No, I was about to say wet the cup up.
It's cool.
There you go.
It's cool.
There you go.
Pause.
Getting a little too excited.
Pause.
I was about to wet the cup.
Pause.
That's it, bro. That's it,
It's
boy.
not wet nothing, dog. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Hey, man, this is the coach.
And this is the Beacon. And this is the Point Blank Perspectives podcast.
I always clap. I don't know why you don't clap.
No, because
but
I'm
I
used
clap.
to us having to join.
Yeah, you're right. So, oh no.
I was about to say, today is your day.
Yeah, I got something I want to talk about, man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, advice, giving advice, man.
Okay.
And how I got on this topic
Yeah,
is
why
a
we
little
talking
crazy.
about this? Okay.
I had a friend at work. God, my witness, true story.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me for advice. And that's when I didn't, usually when somebody asks me for advice, I say, you want the honest answer or you want me to BS you?
Right.
And most people say, I want the honest answer.
That's what they say.
Okay.
Right.
So when you open that door, I come through it. So he asked me something and I was like, and I just looked at him because it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think I can go into what he asked me.
Okay.
He said to me, Fred, guys, he said, Fred, I need to ask you advice about something. And so I was like, yo, what is it? He said, I want to know, can I come on your podcast?
Okay.
So I'm like, that's cool. I mean, what do you want to talk about? Because we're not just bringing anybody on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I was sexually, I said, stop. We're going to stop there. I said, I'm not too sure if we want to touch that because I explained to him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when we're touching something, we're bringing up a topic.
Mm-hmm.
This MFer got upset with me because I told him no.
Well.
No. I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
All right, well, go ahead.
And so I looked at him and I was like, well, you asked for my opinion and I haven't given you my opinion yet, but I'm just telling you what we just don't do.
Right.
We don't get into just talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told him, I said a lot of times people go on podcasts and they want to get their thing off. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this, but I want to vent. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about real issues that men may go through. That's how we started this podcast.
But that's an issue that he went through.
I get it. But I had to tell him, Beacon, let me talk with the guy that we do the podcast together.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker sat up there and got an attitude with me and act like
yes on the spot.
Huh?
Because you ain't say yes on the spot.
Right. And he act like I didn't have no compassion.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say control.
No, I had a lot of control.
Like go check with your master then.
Right. No, I had a lot of control, and I'm looking at him. You know how Michael used to do. He would turn his head to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned my head to the side, like, the fuck is going on with this dude? Because now I'm getting the attitude.
Uh-huh.
And I'm realizing, oh, shucks, I'm getting an attitude with dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking me for my advice. I hate if you ask me for my advice and you get attitude because that's not the answer you want to hear. Don't stop laughing, man. It ain't funny. It's not funny.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
He ain't ask you for your advice. He asked you could he get on the podcast.
You asked me for my advice.
How?
Because you asked for an answer. That's my advice. That's just the way I look at it. I look at this is my advice. Yeah. No. Listen. This is the way I look at it, okay?
Bruh, he asked you could he get on the podcast. You asked him what is he going to talk about. He told you what he wanted to talk about and you shut him down. That ain't asking for advice. That's him asking do he want to get on the podcast.
And then I did say that.
That ain't got nothing to do with giving advice.
Well, I look at it as advice. I gave you advice. No, we don't do that. So listen. Let's stop laughing. No. I'm serious, man.
Yo.
Because I was pissed off.
No, I'm laughing. This is why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I just let you go down that whole road thinking you was going to tell me about the advice that he asked you to give him. And there is no advice he asked you to give him. He just asked you to be on the podcast.
No, that is an advice. No, we're not doing that. That's the advice. All right.
That's a decision. You made a decision.
Okay, that's something you feel. I'm telling some advice, you know what I mean? All right, so that's it. Because, well, maybe I misunderstood it.
I'm dying.
When you ask me a question, I think you want my advice.
No, but there's a type of question. Like he asked you a question of can he or can't he? It wasn't a should I go on this podcast or should I not? He asked you, can I get on your podcast? So when he's asking you that, it's either a yes or a no. Now, if he was asking you not about your podcast, if he'd have said, yo, I've been through this and I'm thinking about going on a podcast and talking about it, what you think? That's him asking for your advice. He literally just asked you, can he get on your podcast and talk about what he went through? So that's a yes or a no.
No, that's my advice because you asked me for so I'm going to give you my advice. Hey, listen, man. I'm just saying that's the way I looked at it when he gave it, when he presented it in front of me. That's the way I took it. I said, you want my advice? Okay, no. No. So hold on. So why can't he come on our podcast and talk about what he been through? You ain't ready for it? You ain't ready to hear what that man been through? It's not that. It's not that. Listen, stop laughing. Listen. My only fear and my only fear with the whole thing is you go explicit. No, I'm serious. You say stuff.
Hold on, you got me laughing at somebody paying right now. Let me chill.
Listen. No, listen. I'm serious.
Okay.
You're asking me. My only problem with why I'm so hesitant about bringing someone on our podcast is when we start to have these conversations, and our conversations aren't about, who did rap and who did this. Our conversations sometimes bring out pain.
Right.
Where a person bring out something that they never shared before.
Right.
So
which is why I'm more confused as to why he can't come on our podcast.
Because I don't want to hear when you go. No, I'm serious.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just said I don't want to hear if you start to get explicit, and you. No, I'm serious. And you start to get graphic with no, seriously. When people talk, they go down that road and you be like, damn, I really didn't want to hear that, but they start to say it, and you be like, yo, man, and now, okay, how do I stop somebody? No, see, you laugh and stop. No, stop. How do I stop somebody when
because you low-key just contradicted everything you just said.
Well, okay. How do I stop somebody? You're asking me why I don't want him on it. I don't want him on it. How do I stop somebody if you're telling me your pain on this situation, but you keep on going?
Oh, my God.
No, I can't even listen, now we can't help you because we damn near shocked that you even saying this.
No, but that's why you brief him before he goes on to find out, all right, well, what's going on? And then this way you can prepare yourself before he comes on. So me personally, I don't mind him being on the podcast. And I don't even know his story. I don't know him. I don't know none of that. But I'm just telling you, because like you said, we talk about pain and things that people went through because we're always talking about people. Well, actually, the podcast is called Point Blank Perspective.
Right.
Because
right.
we're always speaking from our perspective. So if that's somebody's perspective, I would welcome them to come on and speak about what it is that they've experienced or what their perspective is on something. Especially, and I'll let you go, but especially when it's something that I have never felt myself or never experienced myself.
I think I'm biased because I don't want you to go too deep.
You worried about the details.
Yeah.
You worried about details. Now, to be honest, that's
really
fair.
am.
That's fair because y'all have a personal relationship. So you might hear something that now you look at them different.
I'm not going to.
Well, you don't know. Because you ain't heard nothing yet.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what I'm saying. You could potentially hear something that where it's like, what? You had to do that or what? That happened to you? And now, even if it's subconsciously, now you're looking at him different or you're treating him different. Or either way, it changes the dynamics of your relationship.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounds like.
And I'd rather
and I can respect it.
And I'd rather just, you know what? That's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things, because we're going to get back into what we talk about. Certain things I don't want to touch on this podcast.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't. And it depends on what it is.
Oh, well, listen, this is breaking news to me, so I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I like to touch a lot of things, but certain things.
Whoa.
I mean, pause. Okay, right. Okay.
Slow down, brother.
Okay, right.
You got to slow down.
Right. I like to get into a lot of issues. But my only fear is when we get into these issues, people will ramble. And prime example is when we was up on my porch and we had the two gentlemen on. Right there, that's what, and for me, I didn't see no problem until you pulled my coat and was like,
But understand, that was a random conversation. That wasn't a podcast.
But my problem is, I don't know how to stop somebody once you going. If I stop you, I'm starting to get mad.
But again, that wasn't a podcast. That was a random. Like literally, we were sitting out there. You pulled out your phone, started recording, and then y'all just went down whatever road y'all went down. And I had no idea what you was even doing.
You're right.
I couldn't even help you because I'm like, oh, okay, he pulled out his camera.
All right.
He must have a vision for what this conversation's about to be.
Right.
And you didn't.
Right, I didn't.
So that's why that went where it went.
And I just let him go.
But what I'm saying is, on a podcast, we have more time to like plan for it and structure it.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm
true.
saying, if somebody were to come on our podcast and want to talk about something that's like sensitive or whatever, I don't shy away from that. I'm fine with that because we have a chance before we go on air, before we go to record, to sit down with that person and say, hey, what are the points that you have? Like, and then we can figure out, should we move forward or should we not move forward?
All right, you know what?
So that's what I'm saying. Now, again, because this is somebody that you know, you have to make the determination on whether you're willing to even go down that road. Because again, they could say some things that will change y'all's dynamic. So I can't speak to that. So
I would have to really think about that.
Yeah, because I can't help you.
You know what I mean?
But I'm just telling you from my perspective.
Right.
I'm perfectly fine with people coming on here and speaking about what their perspective is. Because to me, that's what the basis of
what we do.
Right. Yeah. So
I got you.
Get yourself together.
I'm a child, man.
That was me giving you advice.
And I appreciate it. So one thing we gonna get back on top, but one thing I can say is I don't have a problem getting advice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that. Somebody want to give me advice, I may not use it, but I'll listen.
I ain't gonna lie. It depends on who it's coming from. I always have to consider the source. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because there's sometimes where you have people that just randomly just say things. They have no experience in it. They have no knowledge of it, but they just get a little tidbit of it, and then they want to give you like 90 degrees of information.
Yeah.
And they don't even have it. They don't even have the knowledge to do that or the experience to do that.
That's true.
So I'm always leery of who the source is that's giving me the advice. Like if you've never done it or even tried to do anything for yourself, and then you're going to try to give me advice on how to do something, I gotta think about that.
Do you like to hear from? So the person gives you advice, and they give reference. Do you judge the reference?
You mean like if they're giving me advice and they're pointing me to?
Or they may give you a story on why.
Yeah, I mean, if they can validate why they're saying what they're saying, then yeah. Okay. But I'm just saying there's some people who don't validate. They just give advice because they're there and their mouth works. No, I'm serious. There's some people that talk because they like to hear themselves talk.
I got you.
They don't have any real value to add to the conversation, but it's like, oh, let me chime in. Let me add my 2 cents.
Right. Okay.
And it's like, okay, what do you have to say? And your 2 cents ain't even 2 cents. It's like a penny. It's less than 2 cents.
Or you want to get your thing off and say and get. You just want to be heard. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying I always have to consider who the source is that's giving me the advice. I don't mind taking advice, but I always consider the source.
Okay. And then we're gonna get back on topic. Well, I can get back to that later on. What you know about that situation. So, like, who or when would we say, like, do you give advice to? Who would you give advice, and when would you give them that advice?
So I think that's like 2 different questions.
Okay.
So the who I would give advice to, obviously, if somebody, I'm the type of person, if you ask me for my advice, I'm going to give you my advice. Now, the only way I'm going to give you my advice if you don't ask for it is if you're somebody who I care about and I see you going in the wrong direction. So if you're somebody who I care about and I see you going in the wrong direction, I don't care whether you ask me or not. I'm going to say something. In most cases, sometimes it's like.
Sometimes I don't. I like
sometimes you got to sit back.
No. I want to see you crash out. I want to see you crash straight on out. Because I'm only like that if we talk and we have had a conversation and you ask me and then whatever it may be, you turn around and you're going back down that same road. Oh, no, I don't stop you.
Yeah,
I go get my popcorn and I sit up high on the branch. And I just look at you crash out. Especially when I do. Now,
but you're talking about a repeat offender. You talk about somebody who's coming to you for advice on something. You gave them the advice. They went the other way. And then they came back to you and asked you for your advice again on that same subject when you already gave them advice.
No, I'm talking about somebody, you asked me for my advice. And I gave you my advice, my opinion, however you want to say it. And then all of a sudden, you're getting ready to do the same thing. You're not asking me. You're getting ready to go down that road.
That's what I just said.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, my bad. I will sit there and I will look at you. I just won't say nothing. I'll just be like, all right, well, I told. Now, do you say I told you so?
No.
Okay.
Well, it depends.
I don't.
No, it depends.
Because
I've been in a situation where I've said I told you so.
I won't never say I told you so. The reason why, because I don't know what made you do it after I gave you that advice.
The only reason in the situation when I did say I told you so, I said it was because there were multiple people that gave the same advice. And we're all like in a circle. So I felt justified in saying it because when it blew up, all of us were kind of like, we told you so. So it wasn't just me like trying to get my thing off. It was more like all of us was like, well, we tried to warn you and you decided to do that. So that's the only reason why I've ever done that. But to go back to your original question, who I give advice to, I always give advice to people who I care about.
Okay.
Because that's another thing. I'm not going to waste my time giving advice to somebody who I don't care about. Because to me, that's a waste of my time.
I won't do that.
You won't do what?
I will give advice to anybody. If you ask me, I'm going to give you some advice. Now, Now, what you do with that advice, that's up to you.
No, that's real.
And a lot of times, I had to learn that the best advice, if the person went through it. That's the best advice. You know the advice I love to give the most?
What?
It's
Marriage.
Oh, I love to give marriage advice. Oh, my God.
You should. You got, how many years in the game you got again?
We got married we met in 2005. We got married in 2008.
So y'all got almost 20 years together.
Yeah.
And like 17, 18 in marriage.
4 arguments.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm assuming that's crazy.
No, not really.
Well, I'm saying I ain't married, so.
You need to get married.
What?
Okay, all right. Let me give you some advice. Let me give you.
Let me grab my drink.
You know what? I ain't giving you no advice because you don't want to hear it, so it don't even matter. But yeah,
there you go. Moving on.
Moving on. A lot of times I like to give advice, especially when it comes to marriage. And the reason why I like to give advice when it comes to marriage is because a lot of times marriage is a dying species, or whatever you want to say, marriage is dying. Because the thing is now is, what can you do for me? Nobody's worrying about getting married. And marriage is a good thing.
I don't know.
So I always give my advice.
I don't know if marriage is dying. I think, at least from my perspective.
Go ahead.
I think that I'm trying to think of the best way to say it.
Just say it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it. It's not going to come out the way I'm thinking.
It don't even matter.
But
I will, you know what? So this was going to happen. You're going to say it, and I'm going to interpret it since I'm married. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. I'm listening. Go ahead. So everybody listen to what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
I don't think marriage itself is dying. I think that the importance or the effort that goes into marriage is what's dying. Because it seems like a lot of marriages now are focused on the event of marriage. So like, oh, I want to walk down the aisle. Oh, I want to have this big trendy thing. And then once you get through that, people don't realize now you have to merge your lives together. And now there's going to be some times where y'all not going to like each other. It's not going to be the honeymoon phase. And y'all got to fight through all of that. And the difference today is that as soon as that happens, a lot of people run to divorce.
Right.
Rather than trying to like really stay in it and figure out, how do we fix it? How do we make this work? How do we, whatever. Now, I'm also not saying that there's not certain situations where a divorce is valid, but I'm just saying more so than not, people are running to divorce for the simplest things.
Okay, so when I hear that, and so my advice, I tell not a lot, but I tell couples is, marriage is not when everything is going good. That's not marriage. Marriage is when we got to have these conversations. How do we deal with these conversations? Because my advice is, it's okay for us both to not agree.
Right.
It's okay for us both to, you know what, that's the point you see it, and that's the point I see, we're fine. It's not okay when something crazy behind it. Someone's with an attitude all the time. That's not okay. So those are the advice that I give. And I give other things when I'm sitting down talking with people. I give other advice and things like that.
And you may be shocked by this.
Go ahead.
Because, it's well documented now.
Okay.
On all these episodes, because I've talked about, how I don't really have a desire to get married or whatever, but I don't rule it out.
Yes, I know. But I'm still looking for you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I'm also not the person that tries to convince people that being single is the way to go. So like when I have people in my life that I see that they have a significant person in their lives, like I'm the person that's like, yo, like, are you thinking about marrying them? And then I also tell my friends. So once my friends tell me that they're getting married, I tell them, yo, make sure you get married for the right reason.
That's good advice.
Because I don't like all the trendy stuff I just said.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like when people just get married for the experience. Because marriage is much more than an experience to me. Like, even though I don't want to get married, I've seen really good marriages.
Right.
Like, our family is full of, like, really good marriages.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I've seen them.
I agree with you.
So, for me, it's like, when I see somebody and they say, yo, I'm thinking about marrying this person, it's like, yo, if you saying that and if you're going to go through with that, is that really what you want to do? Like, I start asking them, like, are you prepared for it not to be the honeymoon? Like, are y'all doing marriage counseling? Like, I'm asking them type of questions because some people just get married just because, oh, well, our mind is well, or maybe somebody got pregnant or this and that. But it's like, you really got to think about marriage, because marriage is like literally you are now like putting your life with somebody else's life. You as an individual no longer matter.
So you give some good advice, man. So you need to take heed to your advice.
Shut up.
You need to, do you need help? Do you need help with?
I already told you, don't nobody want me. I don't know how many times we got to go through this.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. If you say so, that's fine. If
nobody want me, dog. Okay. I keep trying to tell you, nobody want me.
So as I'm looking through my notes, I'm looking on my notes here. So let me, because, I can't, so I had to do some notes. Well, you helped me out, but I had some notes, Are there any subjects you don't give advice?
Ooh.
As a single person, as a single male.
So I can't say marriage, because I will give marriage advice if I know the two parties enough.
How can you do that?
So here's the thing. I don't do it from a place of out of nowhere. I'm only doing it if they ask me my opinion. But if they ask me my opinion, I'm going to give it based on the two personalities that I know.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you.
So I have a relationship with the wife. I'll have a relationship with my friend.
Okay, got you.
I know the good and the bad of my friend. I know what I like and don't like about their partner.
Okay.
So if you ask me for my advice, I can only give you the advice that I have based on my experience with the two of you.
Got you. Okay.
And also what I've seen, how I've seen y'all interact.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So just because I'm not married doesn't mean that I'm not aware enough of social interaction.
Got you.
And I think that's something that I can help with when it comes to marriage advice. Now, I can't tell y'all about what to do as a married couple with handling y'all finances or how to run your household. I can't do none of that. But if you come to me and you say, yo, like we missing the spark and this, that, and that in terms of sex or a romance and stuff like that, I can say, well, yo, when the last time y'all went on a date?
Got you.
Or yo, like when the last time you actually made time for such and such? Like,
Right,
you got to be intentional. Like, so I can give advice like that.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
you know.
But you asked me
Any subject
that I don't give advice on.
right.
So where I try not to give any advice on because I don't have any experience with this is kids. I try not to give no advice with kids.
I got you.
From a parenting perspective.
Got you.
Because I'm not a parent. And even with the mentoring and uncle and cousins and all that stuff, it's different because I get my time with them and then I go back to my life.
Right.
Whereas a parent, it's 24/7. It's constant. Right. So I try not to give parenting advice. Every once in a while I do. I'm not going to say like I never do because every once in a while I do, but it's normally in a situation where that person values my opinion because they either value the relationship that I have with their child or they value just how I interact with kids in general.
Right, okay.
So, but
I think for me, some subjects I just don't like to give advice to.
So what's yours?
One, when it comes to sports.
Oh, okay.
That's
a lie, but I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No. No, listen.
Every time I'm around you stirring somebody up.
No, it depends. it depends on who the person is. Certain person, I just don't like. Yeah, Fred. I ain't gonna say no names and no teams. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want one guy. I don't want him getting on TikTok.
He will be on TikTok.
Right. I don't want him to get TikTok talking about you talking about me.
I don't want to get TikTok.
Yeah, I don't want to get TikTok. But
that might be a new joint. I don't want to get TikTok.
No, I don't want to get TikTok. But no, you know what?
Don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't get TikTok. Don't do it.
But when it comes when you're giving me your opinion and you ask for my advice, and I say, well, I think this. Mm-hmm. What from the lens that I'm looking out of. Mm-hmm. This is what I think. Mm-hmm. And now there's a whole discussion. I'm at work. I got like 67 miles to get to my next stop, and the motherfucker wanted to just take up 50 of them. I'm like, oh my God. And halfway through the conversation, I'm saying, why did I just say anything? I should not even gave my advice on anything or say anything. One thing I don't like to give advice on, if you're so strong faith in that faith or what it may be. Politics, I don't like to give my advice. I don't like to even touch that in religion. I don't like to give what I may feel.
Now, that's actually interesting because, so religion is interesting because in a way, it is, well, I'm speaking for me.
Go ahead.
I feel like when you're in a religion, it is your responsibility to somewhat give and maybe it's not advice, maybe it's more experience, but I'm going to say advice just because that's what we're talking about.
Right.
It is my job to give my advice if there's a certain scenario that you're going through that I think applies based through religion.
This is when I stop, is when I'm telling you something and I may show it to you and then you're still disputing it. And because I understand your religion and your base, you're so firm on that. You're not budging.
Yeah.
So then I'm at the point, why are we even having this conversation?
No, I agree. Now, I'm not forcing
Why am I having this conversation with you if this is the way you feel?
Right.
that's when I be like, you know what, I ain't got no advice. I don't want to say nothing.
Now, I'm like that with anything. Like if you ask me for my advice or if we're having a conversation and I'm giving my advice and I feel like either you're not paying it no mind or you're like really strong and adamant about not listening to it, I'm not going to force it.
Right. And
yeah, so I feel that.
I got a new one.
What's the new one?
I had a conversation, and I'm not going to say the young lady name. She was explaining to me the new thing where if you're married, the man should pay for everything.
What?
The advice I was trying to give her, because she said, if you're the man, you both pay for everything. That
all right,
new
so
thing.
hold up, because I gotta ask before you continue. How old was this person? And give a range. Like were they 18 to 25?
Around your age.
Oh, okay.
And
so like 35, 45.
Right, and they've been through a bad marriage.
Okay.
They're not together.
Wait, you saying previously they've been through a bad marriage?
Been through a bad marriage.
Okay, so this is the new marriage.
They're not married.
Oh, okay.
They're not married.
My
so
fault.
I understood where she was coming from. And now I'm trying to give this person a male point of view. So I'm opening the door and saying, peek, look inside there. I'm going to give you some advice. Look inside there, how we think. This person argued me down when I gave a male, no, I'm serious.
No, I know you were, that's why I'm laughing.
When I gave a male point of view. Because I said, and this is my advice, I don't believe in that. I said to her, I'm not the person where the woman sits and she's not doing nothing. Well, how are you helping me out? And she said, well, her advice was she can get a hobby and get some money. What? So I say, again, this is my advice I'm giving her. I said it takes 2 incomes these days and time to survive. Only time it's not going to do that is if your husband is making 6 figures. Or if y'all discussed that before you got married.
Okay.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
If the man sits up there and say, I'm cool, I got it, then go ahead.
Right.
The man can't come. You
Right,
can't complain at all. You
you
can't complain.
Yep.
And this is what I told her, and this is my advice on how I feel about it. A man that sits up there and pay all the bills
is a lame.
No,
my fault.
no,
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
Even if they agree to it, at a certain point in that marriage, they resent that woman.
Yeah.
They resent her.
Yeah.
Why? And so she's talking about, why you say that? Because in our minds, if I'm working all day, I'm telling them, I said, I'm giving you some strong advice, just in case you meet somebody else. I said, in our minds, if we're working all day and we walk through that door and there's no dinner and the house looks a wreck, we can't understand it.
Right.
The first thing we say to ourselves, what were you doing?
Right.
We don't understand that. I told her, if I met somebody, again, I'm giving my advice. If I met somebody and I agreed to go with the woman and she sit up there and tell me I don't work and I agree to it, I said, you know what happens? The woman can never tell me where I can go, how I move.
Yeah, she can't.
You can't tell me shit.
Yeah, you can't.
You better keep your mouth shut. And if I say flip over, bend over, that's what the fuck you better do. If I'm paying all the bills, you can't tell me, well, where you going? And I told her, the next thing I'm going to say to it is none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. It's none of your business where I'm going.
I'm hollering.
All right, is the bills being paid? Well, yeah. Are you doing what you want to do? Yeah. Just don't worry about what I'm doing.
No, but that's real, though. That's real. I'm laughing, but that's real.
And that's the advice they gave me.
That's good advice.
Woo! No, she got upset with me. I was like, I don't care.
You know what's funny? Because when you even first started talking about this, all I kept seeing in my head, you ever see that interview with Sway and Kanye? And Kanye was like, you ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers. As soon as you started that conversation, I knew the person you was talking to was Kanye. You ain't got the answers. You don't know what you talk about. I already knew.
And she's trying to tell me, so she comes back with her advice on, well, I'm Freddie. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the only thing I said to her was, you're not a man. So you don't know how we think.
But to be fair, there are men out there that do it.
Oh, I don't knock a man if you do it.
No. But what I'm saying is,
I don't do it.
I got that. I don't do it either. Okay. But what I'm saying is, and I don't want to say in her defense, but from her perspective, she knows that it is possible.
Yes.
How likely it is a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But it is possible.
Yes, that is true.
So in her dream world, she would like to have that.
Right.
And so at that point, it's like, okay, now you're speaking from the point of somebody who's not even condoning that.
I'm giving advice.
No, I got you.
No.
You're not wrong.
No, I will condone it if the two parties agree to it.
No, but I'm saying in y'all's conversation, the reason y'all couldn't meet in the middle is because she's coming in saying, I know this is possible. I just don't know how to get it yet, but I know it's something possible because it exists. Mm-hmm. You're coming at it from a position of, I'm not even entertaining that for me.
Right.
So here's what you have to understand, and here's what you have to consider from a male perspective if you go down that road.
Right, I got
She ain't worried about that.
Right.
Because all she worried about is the beauty that she sees in it.
Right.
But what you said was the wrong, because that's the part that whatever she's looking at, she probably don't see. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you might have a friend, and let's just say they got a friend that has that setup. That has the setup of they with a man, the man pays all the bills, and they make it look luxurious and all that, and they don't never come out their mouth and complain about nothing. Part of the reason why they might not come out of their mouth and complain is because of what you just said. Because that man might say, when we get out here tonight, you better not X, Y, and Z. Like, you better play that role or else you ain't getting your salary or whatever they got set up. She's not seeing that part of it.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying y'all's conversation was always going to be headed for disaster, because she's looking at the opportunity and you're looking at the reality of what the bad side could be.
Right, and we just agreed to disagree.
Yeah, y'all had to.
And
there was no middle to me.
Right, and I'm just going to shift a little bit, and I think we talked about it.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
I'm in a cigar lounge.
Uh-huh.
And with these four, they had to be about their 30s.
Okay.
And all four of them made a pact. And this is what they said. God is my witness. And I think we talked about this. They all went to a black college.
Okay.
And they all said that what they did, they went to a sperm bank.
Okay.
And they sat up there, they froze their eggs, and then they got clipped.
This ain't sounding familiar, but go ahead.
Okay. And they got clipped.
Okay.
And they said that, and so I'm ear hustling now at the cigar lounge. I'm like, wait, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. And so the guy was like, well, why did you do that? And the guy said that we made a pact that we got here with our hard work. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna let a woman feel though she can come in and snatch all that. So then the guy said, well, what did you do? They said, we went and we in a whatever the bank is, and you freeze your eggs. Mm-hmm. We got clipped. And he said that the reason we did that is because now if we date someone, we now take you trying to get pregnant. We took that off the table because we can't get you pregnant. The only way you're going to get pregnant by us, you got to go to the sperm bank.
That sounds like a cult, dog. I ain't even going to hold you.
Listen to it.
I'm listening, but I'm just saying it sounds like a cult, though. That sounds crazy.
This is what they said, and I'm listening to it. And they said that when they meet a female, they sit up there, and their lawyers will sit up there and do a contract and say, if we ever break up, whatever you came with, that's what you leave with. I looked at them like, okay. I didn't have, and I wanted, You know how you playing double dutch and you wanna jump in.
I ain't never played double dutch, but I get the analogy. I get the
I appreciate that.
You want to jump in?
I wanted to jump in so bad because now we're talking. This is marriage situation,
right?
And I said, you know what, Fred? Get your popcorn and enjoy this conversation because I was totally shocked. But my psycho self really enjoyed this conversation.
That sounds crazy.
And I never said nothing. I just listened. But I understood them. I understood why they did that. I understood them.
I'm glad you understood.
Because they don't want. You're not going to just say I'm pregnant. You're not going to say that to them. And their thing is, if we like each other, okay, we're going to see. But if you try to pull a move, you know what? Get out of here. You don't come with nothing. You don't get nothing when you leave. Because them boys was very successful, all four of them, and I respect it. So that's their thing. I ain't mad at them.
I don't even know how to respond to that. That's wild though.
You ain't heard nobody do some wild stuff?
I mean, yeah, but that's different though.
I thought it was different myself, but that's why I did not engage. I just listened. I couldn't do that. I'm too old for all that. I have nothing else to give.
I have nothing else.
I have nothing else to give. I don't have nothing else to give. And listen, and if you catch me out there on Bourbon Street, just go ahead and shoot me. Just go ahead and shoot me and take me back. I have nothing else to give. But they all stood by that, and I can't be mad at. And I can't be mad at them by standing by what they believe. I wanted to give an opinion, but I just didn't because I didn't know them, and I felt as though you know what, that's just this not my fight. Because if you went that far, no matter what advice I give you, you already did what you did.
I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
I'm just saying.
I have absolutely nothing on that conversation.
I was just like, okay.
Because to me, that's like a whole nother conversation.
Listen, man, this is you will be surprised. So, one thing I have learned.
That's crazy.
Listen. One thing I have.
A couple of. Because that's crazy.
Listen, you'll be shocked. One thing I have learned. Advice comes in a lot of different forms.
Yes, true.
It comes a lot. So I'm talking to a couple of people, and we're talking about money.
Okay.
And my advice, because they were talking about, oh yeah, this, because they do what they do.
In terms of vices.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They do what they do.
Yeah.
And they walk around with a lot of money.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at them. I'm not, I just work.
Mm-hmm.
And so they say, yeah, Fred, this and this and that. And you know my saying. I said to him, I said, listen, man, poor people chase money. Rich people chase their dreams.
Yep.
And he looked at the boy, well, what you mean by that? I said, let me give you some sound advice. When I say that, that doesn't mean I'm talking about monetary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about how you move, how you think.
Vision.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them understood it, but a couple of them, because he was out there,
mm-hmm.
they was like, no, man, I'm trying to get this money. And I said, when you chase that money, I said, I don't know how old you is, but when I grew up, I used to play this game, Catch a Girl, Get a Girl.
Mm-hmm.
The baddest chick you could never catch. Because she was the fastest. You just couldn't catch. You always had the ugly ones, the ones that was out of shape. You caught them, but you couldn't catch the nice one. I said, that's money. You're never going to catch money. You just won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay. I said, listen to it. I'm going to say this again. Poor people chase money. Rich people chase their dreams.
Mm-hmm. And
I left it at that. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to turn around on my hoodie. That's why I got on the back of my hoodie. That's what I believe in.
You got what on the back of your hoodie?
The saying I just said.
Oh, all right, because I'm like, what do you have on the back of your hoodie? Because I didn't see the back of your hoodie. I'm
Okay,
like,
my bad.
what do you have on the back of your hoodie?
The saying I just said, that's what I got on the back of my hoodie.
Oh, okay.
So, you know.
No, but that's real, though, because, you know, there is a difference in chasing a dollar versus, like, really chasing your dream. And I think that is true. Like, rich people who are rich, they're rich because they thought bigger than just that dollar that they were chasing. They thought, like, okay, what problem can I solve? What experience can I create? Like, they thought bigger than just, oh, I see this opportunity over here to make a couple dollars. And the person that's chasing the money, that's what they're doing. It's like, oh, I see an opportunity over here to make a couple dollars. But it's like, you're going to have to keep doing that every single day or every single weekend or every single whatever. Whereas the person that chases their dream, they might be down for a very long time. But once they get up, because that was their dream and their passion and all of that, by the time they get up, they ain't going to never fall.
Right.
And they ain't even going to have to look for the dollars no more. The dollars won't come to them.
The dollars, the dollar will come to them.
So, yeah, it's a lot of power in that statement you just made.
Right. Dollar. Once in a while, I give good advice.
No, you the coach, man.
Once in a while. Once in a while, I will give you some good advice.
No, man. We 3 seasons in. You give great advice.
80% of the time, you may not want to listen to my advice because I get crazy sometimes. But that's just the way I think.
I mean, but our viewers know that by now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so right. Good.
You're right about that. So, what type of advice was given to you that really stood out?
You
want me to go?
If you're ready.
Yeah. I have some advice that was given to me that to this day still with me. One was a man stands on what he believes. That's one. Now, when we come to marriage, you know the late Uncle Lester. So, best advice he ever gave me, because him and I would, as he was getting older now, him and I and me and Angie, when I first met Angie, I went to Uncle Lester because Angie just looked familiar. The things she did just looked familiar to me. So I said, Uncle Lester, I got a funny feeling. This young lady I'm getting ready to marry, she reminds me of your wife. Uncle Lester leaned back. He chuckled a little bit. He said, Freddie, whatever you did to get her, you got to keep on doing.
Oh, yeah, no, that's real.
And I was like, huh?
Yeah, no, that's real.
And, you know, he never did too much talking. He was a man of few words. But, yeah, and that was one of the, as far as marriage, that's one of the strongest advice I have ever got. And I tell people to this day, whatever you've done, you just got to keep on doing it. You know?
No, that's good advice. And I heard something along those lines that was like, don't do anything that you don't plan on making a habit.
Yeah.
Like, that was something that I've heard when it comes to women. Like, don't do anything that you don't plan on making a habit, because once you give a woman a certain experience, she's going to expect that experience, or if not more.
Right.
So that's why earlier when we were talking about guys that lead with their pocket and doing all that, if you can't afford and you're not planning on doing that the entire time, don't get mad when she start complaining when you stop doing it. Because that's how you started the whole situation. So, and thank you for giving me that time, because it gave me time to think about 2 pieces of advice that I was given.
Okay.
I actually thought about a whole lot more, but it's 2 in particular that I thought about. So one of the pieces of advice that I was given was, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Meaning that if all you do is sit around and talk and think about doing stuff, but you never take any action, nothing's ever going to come from whatever it is that you're thinking about.
Okay.
So you have to take some sort of action.
Okay.
And the other piece of advice that I was given that I've never forgotten was, be on top of things, don't let things be on top of you.
What's going? Go ahead. I went out there for a minute. Go ahead.
No, I got you.
I went out there.
But no.
I just went way out there. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I don't mind things on top of me, but
whenever you choose to rejoin us and pause, because that was crazy.
Yeah, you know what?
That was wild.
After I said
without no context, that was
right.
wild.
You know what? After I said, I was like, "Ooh, I shouldn't have said that." But okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What you say?
But no, the piece of advice that I was given was be on top of things. Don't let things be on top of you. Meaning that life is going to always have its stresses. Life is going to always have like things that are random or unknown.
Mm-hmm.
But just do your best to always like have an understanding of what you're dealing with and managing the stress. Don't let the stress consume you.
Right.
That's basically what that saying means. And that one came from my grandfather.
Oh wow.
So
late.
So he was, yeah. So he also was a man that never really said much.
Yeah,
but when he said something, like it was like, okay.
Yeah, I met both of them guys.
This is profound.
Yeah.
So when he used to say that to me when I was a young bull and I wasn't doing nothing with my life. He started seeing me and be like, you on top of things or things on top of you? And I would always just look at him and be like, because he already knew the answer. He already knew things was on top of me. I ain't had no control over what was going on in my life. And so it wasn't until I got older and I started to actually get on top of things that I understood what he was saying.
Okay.
Like, yo, don't let life like drive you crazy, because life is always going to have a reason for you to be stressing, to be feeling crazy. But it's like always try to have some sort of control or understanding of where you are in life.
Right.
And when you have that, you'll have peace.
Right. Got you.
So those were like two.
That was some powerful stuff, man.
Yeah.
That was some
The
powerful.
other one I was given, and I know you said one. But
no, you could give as many as you want because the listeners want to hear it.
No, the other one.
You might actually, with the advice you say, it might help someone.
This is real.
You know what I mean? So if you got some more.
So the other one,
mine's a little freakier, but
I mean, can you just let me
go ahead,
and get mine?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You had your moment. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm done, you can go ahead back and talk about whatever freaky, whatever.
No, I don't want to. Go ahead. I don't want to. You know.
But the other one that I was given was actually in corporate America. The first time that I ever was given leadership of people.
Okay.
And I remember the situation was that I had taken over and had to manage people who had more experience than I did in the role that I was in.
Okay.
And I remember one of the more senior people on the team coming over to me, and the first thing she said two things. She said, "Fake it till you make it, and don't let them see you sweat."
Okay.
And that always stuck with me because her thing was, listen, don't nobody know that you don't know what you're doing until you show them that you don't know what you're doing.
Ooh, okay, gotcha.
So it's like, as long as you act as though you're leading, as long as you are confident in leading, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
So even if you don't really know, still show up and look as though you know. Mm-hmm. Because when the second you show up and you don't look like you know, that's what they're gonna run with.
Gotcha.
And so that was like some of the best advice that I was ever given, because it happened so early in my professional career of being put in ownership of people, not ownership, but of leadership position, that I didn't know what to do. And more importantly, I was nervous because I was like, well, dang, these people that I'm leading now have been in this role way longer than I have. So what am I going to tell them?
Right.
So to have her say that to me, it was almost like also a thing of, when you're a good leader and when you're a good person, people going to have your back.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's some powerful stuff, man. Do I have another? I got plenty of advice.
I was about to say, when it comes to advice, man, I'm pretty sure like.
Yeah, I got plenty of advice to give, but sometimes you back off depending on what it is, and
Well, let me ask you this: when it comes to giving advice, what type of advice giver are you? Are you the type of person that you kind of like sugarcoat and try to let them figure it out, or are you the person that's like straight to the point?
It depends on who the person is. And the reason why I say that, because if you're blunt with someone sometimes, and it, excuse me, and it depends on the situation, how sensitive it is, the first thing they'll say is, why you say that? You don't understand. So I'm somewhat with you. It depends on who the person is, depends on what the subject is, and with how I'm looking at the person, I'm looking at your body language. Okay. If it look like you're ready to break down, then I'm gonna be I'm gonna hesitate on what I say. But a lot of people that ask me for advice and already know they're asking me for advice because they already know I'm not going to sugarcoat it with you.
Right.
Especially when it comes to marriage. I don't sugarcoat shit.
Right.
This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as I say to a lot of people, here go the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can read out this playbook. Well, Fred, what do it? I said, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I've been my wife for a long time.
Right.
4 arguments.
Right.
So I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So you can read out this playbook or you ain't got to. I can take my book and go home and look at you and see you keep on failing. And then you gonna come, Fred, what I'm doing wrong? Jackass, I just gave it to you. So a lot of times when people ask me for my advice, they already know, well, all right, I'm gonna give it to you because you opened the door.
Right.
I didn't just come to you and say, yo, man, I think.
Right.
I'm looking, I'm seeing. Okay, and then a lot of times when I'm going to give you advice, I'm going to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so-and-so, whatever the question may be, and then I can formulate my advice, what I need to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, as I always say, if you don't want to use it, I don't really care. I'm happy if you use my advice, and I'm happy if you don't use my advice. And you say, why am I happy if someone doesn't use my advice? I actually get to see you crash out sometimes. What the heck? Because I know, because the advice I give you, I've been getting it from men that's been married over 20 years.
Right.
So that's the advice I got.
Right.
And if it worked for them, it worked. Work for and a lot of advice I get, not a lot. Yeah, a lot of advice I get, believe it or not, comes from Uncle Lester.
Mm-hmm. I can believe that.
Right, because him and I...
They had over 50 years of marriage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and him and I would talk a lot, especially when I started dating Angie. Mm-hmm. Because I was just confused, like, what the heck? But I know I seen this type of person before, and it's Aunt B.
Right.
So... Uncle Lester, y'all been married for a while. What advice are you gonna give me because you're there? Mm-hmm. And we would sit down on the couch and we would sit there and talk. This is after I realized he do talk, because for a long time I never heard him say nothing, and I'm like,
no, he talked.
Because when I was smaller, I never really heard him say anything. He didn't really do too much talking. Mm-hmm. And so one time, Pam was like, sit with my dad. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Pam, he don't talk. And she just started cracking. She'll tell you, so she cracked up laughing. And then when I realized that he do talk, oh my gosh, we just had a good time. We had a good time. Especially when I'm gonna start dating. Oh, we'll sit up there and talk and have a good time. Yeah. He would just sit there and laugh at me. I'm like, Uncle Lester, he would just chuckle to himself, and I'm like,
because he probably already been there and done that.
Right. Yeah. But I knew that with his integrity and how he treated his wife, that's my goal.
Right.
That was my goal. How do I want to be? That's how I want to treat my wife.
Right.
Because evidently it's working for you.
Right.
So why not do that?
Right.
And so he always gave me good advice. So I want to say this. If you're married and you're looking for advice in your marriage, always look for someone that is married.
Happily married.
No.
Oh, not happily married?
You don't, because even if I'm not happily married, I still have advice to give you.
Oh, okay.
I may be going through a little rough patch at this present moment, because it's not like I married this chick and it was all bad. There was some good times, because that's why we got married.
Right.
So I when it comes to marriage, I'll listen to anybody in marriage.
No, that's real.
Now, I may not take everything you're saying. I may take a little piece of this and a little piece that, what it applies to me, what's going on in my life at this present time,
Right.
at that time, then that's how I do it.
Yeah,
What about you?
If it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah. If it don't apply, I don't let it fly. I just linger it because I may need that
later.
Yeah, I may need that later. So I just get grab it like, oh, let me run with that. Pew pew, I'm going. No. But what about you?
In terms of the type of advice giver I am,
Yeah.
I try to meet people where they are.
Okay.
So some people I know that if I give them the straight up, some people I know when they ask for my advice, they're not prepared for me to be as blunt as I know I can be.
Okay.
So there's some times where what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of talk them through and let them feel as though they came up with the scenario.
Why?
Because some people ask you for your advice, but they don't really want to hear your advice. Some people ask you for your advice, but they just want to vent.
Okay, I got you.
Then there's some people that ask you for your advice and they really don't want you to give them the advice, but they want you to help them. So what I've learned is that there's some people where I have to have a conversation with them and ask more questions than give actual advice. But the questions that I'm asking are leading to them figuring out the advice that I was going to give them in the first place.
I failed at that all the time.
No, I mean, but I'm just telling you for me.
Right.
Because I had somebody recently say to me, "Oh, you give great advice, but your advice can be too harsh sometimes." And the topic that we were talking about, I said I have to give it that way.
Okay.
Because I need for you to understand the importance and the severity of what you're doing. And if I talk to you in a friendly, nice way, you're going to take it as this is optional.
Okay.
And you need to make a change immediately.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm saying I meet people where they are, because I can be very blunt, but I can also, when necessary, like kind of soften the blow a little bit. And,
got you. I got you.
You know, like I said, there's some people that they ask for your advice, but they don't really want it.
Mm-hmm.
And so with those people, you kind of got to figure out, okay, well, how can I get them to get to the end goal without me forcing my opinion on them or my advice on them?
Okay.
And so there's some people where you got to let them come to the realization on their own rather than you saying to them, this is what I think you need to do.
Okay.
So that's what I would say. I meet people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, I have to learn that, because I'm in the mindset, if you ask me, okay, I guess I'll tell you.
And that's fair, because once they ask you, that's true. You do have the right to say whatever
and I
you
think
need to say.
sometimes it's going to come harsh.
Right.
And I do mean it to come the way it is go.
Right. Like with the conversation you mentioned earlier.
Right.
The one where you talking about the young lady who was looking for a man to pay all her bills and stuff like that. You gave her harsh feedback.
Yeah.
She didn't want to hear it.
No.
But that was the only way that you could give it, because she needed to know the severity and the critical situation that could be.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. There's some conversations where it's like, the person wants me to be softer, but I can't be softer.
Right.
Because you need to understand the severity of the decision that you're about to make, or the consequences of that your actions are causing.
Right.
So yeah, but there's also some conversations where it's like, I could be very blunt right now about this whole thing, but it's not that deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I say I try to meet people where they at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess, what is your final perspective on this whole thing?
When it comes to giving advice, giving advice is a slippery slope.
Okay.
I would say that you have to know who you're giving advice to, and you have to be aware enough to understand how they're going to receive the advice that you're going to give them. Because depending on what you're talking about, even if it's somebody who you normally give advice to, you could run into a situation where that same exact person who receives your advice really well, depending on the topic, they may not receive the whatever advice that you're giving them. So you always have to be mindful of who it is you're talking to and what the topic is when you're giving advice, and then again, like I said in my last statement, meet that person where they are. But always be honest and always be truthful. I don't believe in giving like fake advice or bad advice. Like if you ask me for my advice, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Like you said earlier, you could do what you want with it, but I'm going to give you what my real opinion and perspective is when I give you my advice. So,
okay,
that's my final perspective.
My final perspective is, if you ask for advice, be prepared for the answer. And a true friend will not sugarcoat nothing.
Right.
A true friend will give you the advice is, when you go back and look at it, excuse me, it's actually what you need. In some occasions. And it's nothing bad if you act on what the person said, on the advice that they're giving you, because they may see something that you just don't see. And that would be my perspective.
All righty.
So, on that note, I am the coach.
And I'm the beacon. And this is the Point Blank Perspectives.
Hold on, before we do our saying, I have to say this. And this has to be said.
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to this young man, because he is working with us. He could have done anything else, but he's actually working with us. And his name is, and he works for hire. I can't give you his prices, and I'm not going to give you his number. But if you DM us, we will get him the message. He does parties, bar mitzvahs, whatever it may be. He will video what you need. And his name is Jonathan Mason. And I just want to give a salute to John for, this is the first one. This is our first video, and we're letting control and let him do what he do. So if you need a video and you want to get it out there, he's going to help you out.
Hold up, but while we doing that, is it still Way Created? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's
my bad. I'm sorry for not saying that.
That's why the beacon jumped in.
That's why the beacon jumped in. You're right. That's right.
So yeah, for anybody that wants to reach out, it's Way Created Studio on Instagram. I believe on TikTok too. TikTok? No TikTok? Okay, no TikTok. Definitely Instagram. I know Instagram for a fact. So reach out to him on Instagram. Again, it's Way Created Studio. All one word, no underscores. Reach out to him. Definitely quality production with videos, audio, all that stuff. So
and go on there and look at it. And then you decide for yourself. Listen, certain things he won't do. He's just not going to do. I'm not going to say the things he won't do because I don't want to pause. But
I had it covered, bro. Why
okay, I'm sorry. My bad. I went off.
Why you keep going? So you talking about things he won't do?
All right,
what you talking about?
All right, on that note, man, this is the coach,
and I'm the beacon, and this has been the Point Blank Perspectives podcast.
Salute, peace.